Ezekoma, in the name of the Lord, Sekenole Koma, and the ancestors. Oh, Makalose Konafale, my gratitude is so awesome. Sokomina Fakana Skona Shena Kena, in the spiritual divine way. Kotona Makari Kose by to be on this pathway of the ancestors. Tokumuna by divine decree. Saligole Koma Fakini Sonaba. As an emissary of the Lord. Kind of say. What a great day today it is. It's a God-given day. I want to say that in a way that is heartfelt. It's felt all around the world as the sun comes up. It's time to give us that heat and that energy from the divine. I want to express myself this morning from my mind. Let me tell you, this is Humam Abdulmalik, the generous, motivating, stimulating host of Blackanized Report. Worldwide, wanting to open the eyes of the people so that we can realize that we got to stop what we call dying in our realities, in our communities. We must bring about unity and love and healing. That's the only way the killing gonna stop, if we go to the people that's doing it. I mean, all the programs and jobs and this and that. We're talking about mental disease and all that. It's very good, very complicated too. So if you can touch the heart and the mind of an individual and make them look at themselves, wouldn't it be greater that they question themselves and ask themselves why? Why am I doing something that make other people die? And grandmothers and mothers cry. And I mean, if people don't die, they maim and in a wheelchair and all that. It's a effect, cause and effect that we are causing. But it's coming from a direct, by design, control your mind and make you into a robot by those who have tapped into occult sciences and use them for their benefit, but tell us to stay away from them. They are manipulative. They are controlling in a diabolical, scheming way. And if you don't know it this day, you need to open your eyes and realize this has been going on for years. Anytime that they tell you lies about holidays and religions and stuff like that, you know they don't have your best interest at heart. Here go an example. We all know that Egypt is in Africa. We all know that the people of Egypt was melanated people, black people. But y'all recall the movie they made maybe about a year ago, if it was that long? They made a movie about Egypt. Didn't have no black cast in there. If there was black cast, they was of the caste system. I mean, the slave or whatever. But everybody else that's in there, the pharaohs and all that, was white. Can you believe that? That's the diabolical scheme that they try to manifest in our dreams to keep us down and not rise up. Because if we know who we are, we'll be motivated and stimulated to be the shining star that we naturally are, divinely are, spiritually are. But we got caught up in the game that they play. Got us in the trap and the trick and hypnotized and don't realize who we are. I say the things I say because this is our hour. This is our time as a people around the world, around the globe in this age of Aquarius. It's a spiritual time. It's an energetic time. It's a divine time. And all we got to do is go into our mind and go into our temple and understand the universe and everything that we must now rehearse to uh, reevaluate how they assassinate our character and our history and our culture and our reality to have us off track. We got to get back on track. We got to get black on track. We got to come into the essence of who we are. And it's very simple, simplistic. You just got to realize very simplistic things and don't make things complicated. You just got to go into the temple. Must go into the temple and worship the Lord. So if this is the temple, we got to go inside the body, into the room of energy that's inside us, with the spirit of the Lord and our ancestors. That's like I say, stimulated from the DNA, because the DNA gives us everything that we have to do and say, because it is the divine prescript with everything written on it, timeline and all that, that we're going to be journeying in this world. But it's all divine, and we have to know that in our mind and accept who we are and be and have the ability and the strength to see and develop it in your actions every day. How you eat, how you sleep, how you talk, you communicate. All this is related to the same thing as being a black, melanated. I can say God because I am. In the temple is where the energy of the Creator is. That's a little portion of the energy is in each and every one of us. But we have to trust in ourselves and know in ourselves, because if we don't tap into it, it's a waste. It's still there, but you're somewhere else. You're just out in the air like one of them leaves blowing in a strong storm or something like that with no direction. We must have our directions on the pathway of our ancestors by divine decree, from the testimony of how we see and be, from the divine essence and energy of the Lord that's within us. Everything else is secondary. Everything else on this planet Earth is secondary. The time now is for a unified movement. Unification is the key to build our free black nation once again. Nothing else matters, nothing. Because they had so many years. See, not just only the 2019 years that they developed their schismatic deterioration of our reality. They plagiarized and stole and lied and killed and murdered and raped and caused disease and all that, knocked us to our knees and say we in prayer and stuff like that, and praying to a deity that they created in our reality, and said that everybody is suffering from a first sin, everybody's born into sin. And we ain't even did nothing. We ain't even had no action. We ain't even broke no law or nothing, but we born into sin. And then they laugh and grin with a hyena, smile and smirk as they see us work for them and perpetrate their system that doesn't have anything beneficial to us but a lot of materialism. And then when you get that materialism, it's like, I'm part of the status quo. You part of the control, that they control everything that you do, and the people that got money too, because they scared to pool their money and establish everything that is established on their side that they control, and that we got to get validation from them. If it ain't from them, then it ain't no good. Just like this Oscar thing. Man, I'm telling you, it was like a sick sight to me. That's me. Spike Lee is he's a great man to me, and this and that, and his work is great. But for him to run up on that stage, I know he's overwhelmed and this and that, and jump in that man's lap like that, that was like, I ain't gonna say nigga please, because he ain't no European to me. But man, that was like, I'm telling you, disheartening, man, because why do we have to get validation from them when we know we are better in everything that we do? Spike Lee's supposed to got maybe 2 or 3 other Oscars for his work, but they ain't give it because they ain't want to promote like Malcolm X. Great movie, but well put together. Or any other movie. I mean, but they do what they do because they control it. And we got enough money to, like Black Wall Street we had everything in there, on transportation, on movie system, on everything was going on. The same thing it be now, man. We can't let them keep controlling our dispositions and our positions of who we are, because we are the stars. If we start playing football, basketball, if all black people that's developed their own league, it may take some time to get on that level of those emperors or whatever, the European emperors, the Roman emperors or whatever, but who gonna come to see this? A bunch of white boys running around. They got one white boy that's kissing people in the mouth on TV. He kissed about 3 or 4 men in the mouth. There's superhero. There's Superman. Tom Brady. Did you see that? I was like, man, I was in awe. I said, man, what's going on? I'm talking about, this is on TV worldwide. Kissed a man right in the mouth. Almost tongue kiss, I think. I don't know. I know they mouth to mouth. And not only one, it did about 3 times, man. So what do they promote by that? They're great superhero. It's all right with him to be man on man. They already got homosexuality in their reality. Then they do the pedophile thing. That's why they tap R. Kelly. Not saying what he did was right. It's a lot of wrong that he did when he take advantage of the young girls. But in the reality of this system, you got a whole city state, a cobble state, that got raping nuns, having pregnant nuns and give their babies up for adoptions or kill their babies or something. And not only that, the pedophiles and homosexuality that goes on in the Vatican. But they pay people money. They got billions of dollars or millions of dollars, and they give them hush money. Or if they don't give them hush money, then when it happens, when they get older and they say, yeah, Father, who could order your sucker? He took my dog. They molest me, he sucked me off, or he wanted me to do something with him. Then they try to pay you off. And then this is prevalent in this religious circle, so-called religious circle. But they don't say nothing. They hide it. They hide behind the skirt. They hide it, and they bribe people who just don't say nothing and all that. And the people know. They know about what's going on behind them closed doors. But nothing said. Not only that, there's like one of the top, I'm talking about the top pope or whatever, got caught for that. And I think he had HIV or something like that. And he's still messing with boys and this and that. And they trying to let him off about that. Trying to pay off the guys that whatever. And he's still not in jail. And he a top pope or in a cardinal or whatever in their religious circle. So I'm just saying, you got a group, a whole organization, a religious organization at that. And all they do is practice homosexuality and pedophilia and rape of the nuns. But ain't nothing said, but it's well known. But they gonna get on this singer, Kelly. They just trying to pull everybody down that's black. Not saying that what they doing is right, but I mean, on a scale of right and wrong, if you're gonna get them for singing their song, you might as well get them for pulling out their ding dong. I mean, for years. I mean, I got to put some humor to it because I'm frustrated. I'm not only frustrated about that, I'm frustrated about the rabbis calling us monkeys and nothing said, nothing at all said. No, it ain't racist. It ain't racist because they're talking about the black people. And the black people are monkeys. That's what they used to call us before. But they accept it as a matter of fact. In their religious circles, that's what these so-called Jews use and say. They hide behind religion. And they then stole the representation of that so-called religion. Just like the Catholic, they hide behind the religion. And their culture come out, the culture and the customs. See, the Greeks and the Romans ain't nothing but some pedophile freaks. It's in their history, the culture. You can go back to Alexander the Great when he ruled the world. And what did he want? He wanted a boy over a girl. Then you know about Caligula and the Roman Empire and all the orgies they had and stuff like that. See, this is part of their nature and their culture coming out them caves, practicing bestiality and everything. That's their reality. But then they try to pass it on us through these fraudulent laws that they bring in, you know, make it law to do this all right, and you can't talk about them because if you do, you're homophobic and this and that and all that. That's not a matter of fact. You're in accord with nature. I'm in accord with nature. That's it. That's all. I mean, as a human being, nothing wrong. But when those actions of theirs is not in accord with nature, so I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to talk about it, look at it, or none of that. Because they go deep in that stuff, man. You know, they go deep. They put on level stuff and all that type of stuff. You see it in the movies and all that, man. What they do. And that's them Europeans, and that's what they do. They love it. They love it. They love it. And the thing about it is they're kidnapping our children, man, or our grown folks. They kidnapping them and having them in them occult circles for sex parties, sex orgies, blood sacrifices, body part. We don't know. Not only that, another thing got me messed up about what's going on the planet. It's not local, it's international, but nobody's doing nothing about it. Where's the UN? Where's somebody? Where's the Muslims and this? Something. Where the Africans? Where anybody? Where the revolutionaries at? Them people that's being, I don't see how they accepted though, to be enslaved in Libya, getting raped and all that, the women, and I mean, how weak are they? Where are the men? It should be a war, but ain't nothing. Ain't nothing going on. They just accepting it, laying down and getting hit and beat. The women getting snatched up and getting raped and all that. Once you lose your manhood, then you ain't no good to nobody. When you lose the warrior's code and accept anything, then you are lame. You're a gimp. That's what they want you to be. Weak and docile and scared. If you can't live for your life, you don't have the right to live because they take advantage of you and kill you anyway. You got to want to live, and living you might have to die. If you can't protect yourself and your honor of your woman and your children, then why are you here? How can you get that fearful and scared of death? If you can't put your life on the line, protect your wife and your child, then your weakness is a weakness that, what can I say? You're not part of a divine way. You're not the part of the way of the ancestors. In this day and time, in modern day and time, and you can get guns, put your hand on guns or machete or something, and you ain't thinking, you just accepting, you know, you ain't fighting guerrilla warfare or nothing. And where are the people? Where are the other people? Where are the revolutionaries in that country, in that era? I mean, in that locale, vicinity? Where are the Muslims? Where's the UN? You know where? It don't matter when it's us. It don't even matter, because everybody's being programmed to overlook us. We overlook our circumstances and situation and live the life of Riley or status quo while they're doing what they want to do around the world and here locally. They programming our youth to be like predators, and we trying to find ways to reach our youth. People say it's the jobs and this and that. How can it be the jobs? When they get the job, how are they going to spend the money? How are they going to just keep doing the same thing that they've been doing? $200 or $300 for tennis shoes and $200 or $300 for a pair of jeans, you know, trying to, you know, live a lifestyle above their means and not within their means, being programmed by the commercial lies, that be hypnotized by, I got to get this, I got to get a pair of Air Jordan. That game is over with. Too many people have died from that tennis shoe, in my humble opinion. That's why I don't really adhere to Jordan. It's like Steve Harvey. He's like I don't call him coons, I call him Negro Pins, the ultimate Negro Pin. I did never like him. That's the way he talked. This is arrogance and is like, you know, selling his soul, you know. And he said it the other day, you know, it's about the money to him. You get 10 million or million or whatever, you do anything. Come out here, act like a monkey. This came out of his mouth. He's doing a comedian act, but he's very serious. It's about growth and development of our people in this day and time, because we got to take back our mind and take back the land, develop a infrastructure for us as a people. We ain't breaking no laws because we ain't divine laws. That's why we got to build up and develop Black Wall Streets again. That's the example that we got to predicate our goals on. What we had before, we can have again, but we just be more stronger this time. If we can overcome the hypnotic trance that they got us in this day and time. It's 2019. This is the age of Aquarius. We can't be so delirious. We got to be have a direction. We got to have direction, because we have detected the game that they play in politics, in the corporate states, in the criminal enterprise. It's all about money, and the money ain't even real. The Federal Reserve got you paying a bill, interest on money that's paper, ain't got no gold or silver to back it up. And that's a reality. Then the RIS take money from you and say that you owe them interest when you don't pay them for what? It's all the game being played on us because we accept it. If we don't accept these things and stand back and say, I'm not going for that no more, you know, and unify on that and be strong, be black about it, be matter of fact about it. That's the only way we're going to move forward in our endeavors, in our lifestyles, in our customs, in our religion, in our culture, because we got to overcome everything that they set in our mind, because we became blind to the reality and the facts of who we are. They took out that divine energy or directions that we supposed to be about, and tell us don't even look at things that belongs to us, but they take it and create occult circles, and they kidnap our people for those activities that they do. in a negative sense and what they call evil. See, all this evil and negative energy comes from them, and they got us replicating and duplicating their activities, but we are better than them in all aspects, intellectually, athletic, spiritually, and all we got to do is apply ourselves to ourselves so that we can be raised up in the divine essence of our Lord. And we cannot let them divide and conquer us through religion. If religion ain't going to bring us together and keep us separated, then what good is it? The Christian can't be over there, and the Muslim can't be over there, and the Jew can't be over there, and we just here. This is what we can't change. This right here. We cannot change this. That's what it should be based on, our unity. This, and in our hearts and minds and in our temples where we are divine, where the divine energy lies within our universe. We must rehearse and tap back into that energy, tap back into getting to know ourselves that our ancestors left for us on the walls of Egypt or wherever they left writings for us all over the world. It's the guidelines, the schismatic for us to be divine here on the planet Earth in the land of milk and honey. That's the way it's supposed to be. It ain't supposed to be all this criminal activity and all this killing, murder, and corruption. But see, that's what they do. That's their custom. That's their way of life. Ever since they've been out the caves of Europe. That's the reality. That it don't have to be our finality. So many of us died for their construction of what? United Snakes of Hypocrisy. Through the land of milk and honey, they created a system for them to be at the top and everybody else to be in between the top and at the bottom, and them being in control. The system's supposed to be a democracy, but it's a system of hypocrisy, and it make mockery of you and me, you see. And if you can't see it, then you're really still walking around with your eyes wide shut, and you're blind to the reality, blind to the facts that in the system of racism is how they got to where they got. So they say that the European perspective is the greatest perspective of deception, that's how they got the power that they got worldwide, by killing, looting, and plundering